The following program was produced by an independent community producer. The opinions expressed do not necessarily reflect those of the QATV staff or board of directors. QATV, in compliance with FCC regulations, is prohibited from exercising control over the content of independent, member-produced public access programming.
Hi there, I'm Krystyne Cheever and welcome to the All Friends Cabaret. It's the show that connects you. I am so excited to be seated right next to the singer-songwriter, Brian Walker. He is with the band A Day Without Love. Brian, thank you for coming into the cabaret tonight.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. How's it going?
It's going.
Good.
It's going. This has been a long time coming for us to sit down and have a conversation about your songwriting. You're new to Massachusetts, right? And your new album.
Yes.
And so let's talk about that. You're from Philadelphia.
Correct.
And tell me what brought you to this area.
Certainly. So, you know, I needed to leave Philly for a variety of reasons. But pretty much for me, it was a lot of life changes. I started doing a music video shoot in Cambridge, and my director happened to live in Quincy. And I was looking for a new place at the time, and I came to Quincy and I fell in love with it. It's a great place for creativity. It's a great place for, you know, just balancing your life. So that's how I kind of ended up here.
I know, and Quincy is quite awesome, and you're probably seeing all the events that are going on in the city and whatnot. But let's talk about your music. So, when you were younger and in Philadelphia, what brought you? Did you know you were a singer first or a songwriter?
So that's funny. I think the songwriting came first. I've been writing poetry and this prose in general since I was 11. And I had written poems about everything from Pokemon to about girls I had crushes on but couldn't tell to like literally everything. And then I started picking up the guitar at 18. And then the idea of putting those words to guitar didn't happen until 20, so I'm a late bloomer. And then the idea of like recording music, that didn't start till I was 24.
So you're new. So it wasn't like a school kind of focused.
No.
Where did you go to school post high school?
Oh yeah, I went to undergrad at Penn State University. Now at Penn State, I did start something called the Songwriters Club, and I didn't call my
You had it in you.
yeah. I didn't really like I didn't have the concept of A Day Without Love. Like it wasn't fully fleshed out. I had changed my band name. I even played guitar for a rapper. I played guitar for a lot of different people. And guitar was my only instrument, and then I started picking up bass in college. And then when I got to grad school, I was in a different band, and then Hurricane Sandy happened, and that was the aha moment, like, I have to do this seriously, even though I'm still gonna, like, maintain my day job. So, yeah, like it started at like just the gigging and playing at bars, playing covers and things like that. Started in college.
And what about the singing too? Did you?
Oh yeah, so the singing, that started because I had these friends who were in a Philly, Jersey band, and they were like, Brian, we think you could sing. I was like, no, I can't. And I was very shy. And the next thing you know, like, I just kind of got peer pressured into singing, and it's only gone up since then. So.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And so, with combining the two and then realizing, oh, I got to do this. How did you start putting those pieces together? Post college, you know, because there's opportunities in college. I get that.
Totally. It was one experience after the other. So like the idea of A Day Without Love started like out of like being houseless due to Hurricane Sandy, because like my apartment wasn't like accessible for living.
Oh gosh, yeah,
and then,
that's
like,
difficult.
There was just like a lot of different incidences that like music was my only way to cope, like during that time.
So tell me the band name.
Oh yeah, certainly.
Give me the story behind that.
Yeah, the story behind that is like the term A Day Without Love started because I was writing a poetry book. I was 19, I was in my sophomore dorm, and I saw a domestic abuse event occur. I stopped the domestic abuse event. You know, fortunately, the justice system took the proper actions. Then I wrote this poem called A Day Without Love. Had no intentions of using that term for music. Then flash forward to when I'm 24, I'm like sleeping house to house, bench to bench, couch to couch because of Hurricane Sandy. Because essentially what happened was I lost gas, electric, and heat because of the hurricane. And I was told I couldn't live at my place because it was illegal. Even my landlord moved out and things like that. So
that's stressful.
It was very stressful.
But creativity can come from stress.
Yeah, and then I repurposed the words "A Day Without Love" to like mean to rise above your own adversity, because when I wrote it, like this woman was rising above her own adversity and I was rising above my own adversity. So "A Day Without Love" isn't to be sad, but it's really to be better.
Yeah. So, oh, I like it. I like it. And so it seems, you know, just looking at your social media, and what is your handle on Instagram?
At A Day Without Love.
A Day Without Love.
Yeah.
Perfect. Perfect. You do a lot of collaborating.
I do.
And so how has that worked with being new to Quincy and putting yourself out there as a musician?
It's worked very well. Like 3/4 of the band, like my backing band, lives in Quincy. So there's myself, there's Liam Kernan, who's my bassist, and there's Justin Arena, who plays drums for me. And our guitarist Bryce lives in Cape Cod. But like we typically meet in Weymouth to practice and things like that. But like the fact that they were my first friends and they were friends with like my videographer worked out so well, because at first these were just like people that also played music, but I didn't see them as like, okay, I met you, you're gonna be my bandmate. It was like the friendship and the close proximity led to like
now
having, like,
what
kinship.
about Porch Fest?
Porch Fest? So I'll be honest, I haven't played Quincy's Porch Fest, but I want to play.
I think that, hey everyone, planners, let's give Brian a call.
That needs to happen because...
Oh, it's awesome. It's awesome. Well, there's a lot of creativity in not only Quincy, but in the city of Boston. You've done, you've just recently had a performance. Tell us about that.
Yes, I played at the Rockwell, and I also just want to circle back to, I have played a couple Porch Fests in the Boston area.
All right, awesome.
The most standout one was Jamaica Plain Porch Fest, but
fun.
I do want to make it a goal to play as many as possible because I don't think people realize it, but Boston is the home of Porch Fest in general.
Right, okay,
so,
yes.
Like,
you're going to hit every porch.
As many as I can.
As you can, as you can.
But playing at the Rockwell was really great because, one, it's like in the heart of Somerville, in Davis Square, and two, I like how that it's a theater setting. And typically they have plays and comedy shows and burlesque shows and things like that. But this was mostly about music. We got some community artists to vend there, things like that. So there was like a stitcher as well as like a jewelry maker that did you know, some vending there. And then the other two acts were also like South Shore favorites. So
nice. That's nice. So tell me about your album, tell me about your most recent album and the songs on there, because you wrote all of the music.
I did.
And also the lyrics, because are they poems or so? Tell me about this most recent album and the journey or story behind it.
I wrote this record called "A Stranger That You Met Before," which is a clever way of saying a friend before a friend, because every friend you have is a stranger that you once met before.
Yes. Okay.
And the record's about human connection and friendship and the lens of being an independent touring musician and what it means to find a place of community and home. So I thought to myself, like, we're living in this world of multiculturalism and multi-genre music. How could I write this like multi-vibe record that helps people feel like there's a place where they belong? So like if you listen to the whole record, there's no song that you say like I can't relate to, like there's at least one. And two, how could I kind of like use this as a guide for meeting other people, connecting with other people, and being true to my word? Like that was the intent of it, and it's about 6 weeks old now.
Oh, wonderful. And then have you always been outgoing?
No, I haven't.
I'm sitting here talking to you. You're so comfortable.
Thank you.
And it seems like you know yourself, which is
I would
great.
say so.
Yes. But have you? So has the singing made you more outgoing? Was it putting your poems to music that allowed you to kind of blossom into your performing?
True. I think it's a number of things. So like the song "Show Friends," which I'll sing later, that came out of the fact that like as I continued to tour, as I continued to like play shows and things like that, people would say, like, I feel like I've known you forever. And at first that gave me anxiety, right? Because I was like, okay, these people are weird. Yeah. But the more it happened, the more
But it's funny, your title is A Stranger You Haven't Met Before, so they felt like they knew you, right?
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
So then over time, it was like people's reactions to me made me realize like how I'm seeing myself isn't matching how others see me. How could I like level up to like be more sure of myself? And like this isn't to say that like I fully arrive, I don't have problems, but it is to say that like music's really given me this platform of like self-discovery and rediscovery. So yeah.
Well, I also think that it sounds like you have your paths. We were talking a little bit before the show about how you work, you have your family life, your friend life, and then you have these kind of pockets of like pouring your heart and soul into your performance, and how that it's beneficial to be well-rounded in that way, right?
Yes,
yeah,
it is.
And so tell me the couple songs you're going to sing for us. We're going to pause before we do that, but tell me about one of them and the story behind it.
Surely. So I just told you the story of Show Friends.
Yep.
I would say my oldest song on this record is Good Friends Are Hard to Find, which is a song that pretty much talks about the gratitude of human connection and making friends in the most unexpected places. Because whether it's, your professional life in the industry, or, life in the music world, your dating life, your religious life, like regardless of what like the life you have is, it's typically the friends that you least expect that give you those transformative experiences. So that's kind of like what Good Friends Are Hard to Find is. Like it does like have a cynical tone, but it's really like the good moments that happened, you don't find them, they kind of happen.
Right. Yeah. No, that's so true. And then do you find that but your journey through the music business, how do you navigate it and stay so positive? Because you seem like you really have a positive attitude about.
Thank you. I think a lot of it is about being blunt with yourself about the bad, and also learning how can I be good to myself. And what I mean by that is like you have to first come from like keeping your like cup full, like literally.
Yes.
you know? And also thinking about how can I understand that some things aren't fair, but there are things I could work around. So this year I just
because this is a tough business is what I was going to add. It's not easy to kind of move somewhere new, put an album out, create a community where you can, and that's hard for a shy guy from Philadelphia, right?
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know if I'm shy, but
yeah.
I know what you're saying. But like, taking in the case of like Boston, right? Rockwell's a really good venue, and not everyone can play there. And I don't mean that like cool kids only. I'm saying it as in, like you have to get a certain amount of people there. And I think a lot of the ways that we were able to have a successful show was through word of mouth and going to other people's shows, right? I also think
and building that community
over a year's time, and then so forth and so forth, right?
Yes.
But I think another thing that I've taught myself this year is take a break and be honest.
Right.
I think being honest is like the most obvious but yet fundamental way to be successful in music, because I think the only reason why I'm here today, not just in this space, but just in any space, is because I was like true to myself, like, hey, this isn't working, this is working, and it's only allowed me to move forward.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
You've got a lot to share
a
lot to give.
Thank you.
That's so positive, and that's what we're all about here.
Thank you.
At my show, it's all about connecting to others, creating community, encouraging people to follow their paths and their dreams and whatnot. And so we're going to continue.
Okay.
We're going to take a short break so that Brian can get set up and we can listen to his wonderful music. And so we'll be right back to hear some Brian songs, and we look forward to it. Welcome back to the All Friends Cabaret. I am happy to introduce Brian Walker, A Day Without Love, with the song Show Friends.
Here you go. Send one message and I found a friend.
my schedule and it was open. Packed my bags and I'm ready to leave. It's time to search for some inner peace. 'Cause everywhere I go, I make new friends. Everywhere I go, I learn a lesson. Everywhere I go, I make new friends. Everywhere I go, I learn a lesson. Hung a stranger and hung some lovers. Slept on couches and used some covers. Eat new foods and feel new moods. Time to do it again and again. 'Cause everywhere I go, I make new friends. Everywhere I go, I learn a lesson. Everywhere I go, I make new friends. Everywhere I go, I learn a lesson. Hugged a stranger and hugged some lovers. Took my selfies and gave my love. 'Cause music needs unity, needs more diversity. I'm gonna change this world, this world. 'Cause everywhere I go, I make new friends. Everywhere I go, I learn a lesson. Everywhere I go, I make new friends. Everywhere I go, I learn a lesson. Cool. And this next song is called Good Friends Are Hard to Find. Think I struggled, yes, I'm mining. Some things are hard to find, and I found something. We're on the same page, living a different story. You complete me, no longer empty. The glass is full. You came to me like a walk in the park. We could do whatever we want. Good friends are hard to find. 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 And you're looking at me and I'm looking at you, like the way we sing the blues. I'm not an island. And I look at your back and I look at your past, no longer vulnerable. I've got a good friend. 'Cause you came to me like a walk in the park. We could do whatever we want. Good friends are hard to find. 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 'Cause you came to me when I was alone. You make me feel at home. Good friends are hard to find. 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 struck gold. Yes, I'm mining. Some things are hard to find, and I found you. Okay, for my final song, this is Home on the Highway. Sometimes I think I've gotta leave, and other times I've gotta stay. I've been trying to find my truth, writing letters next to you. I don't wanna say it was easy. 1, 2, 3, 4 visions and driveways, state to state. Could I travel or could I stay? Can't say if I'm meant for this. Sometimes you've gotta take a risk. Want it now, need to move on. Want it now, show me you're down. Want it now, now I'm packing. Want it now, now I'm leaving. Life could go forwards, or life could go backwards. Think I found something new and pure. I could sleep now, or we could change. Travel day to day. Want it now, need to move on. Want it now, show me you're down. Want it now, now I'm packing. Want it now, now I'm leaving. Visions and driveways, state to state. Could I travel or could I stay? Can't say if I'm meant for this. Sometimes you've gotta take a risk. Cool.
Brian Walker, that was amazing.
Thank you.
I
No,
had my
appreciate
own
it.
front row seat to that beautiful music. I noticed the two of the three had the title Friends in it. Kind of matches All Friends. You fit right in here.
Thank you.
I loved it. I loved
you.
it. Tell me about, I noticed during the singing, there's an arch where you kind of go for a higher note in a faster pace.
Mm-hmm.
Is that how the songs are written? Do you write to sing that way? What is your, it sounded awesome.
Certainly. So like this record specifically, I was thinking of three main things. One, I'm kind of a punk musician. Like I sing to mostly punk crowds, but also I wanted to be accessible. So like some of the parts where I was louder, like Good Friends Are Hard to Find, are kind of like calls to action to sing along. So like I want people to like hear the songs and get excited while I'm like trying to share like that's the third point, a deeper meaning. So like throughout the record, like it's a multi-genre punk record, like we get into those nuances, but it's really about getting people excited while I'm also trying to share
Well,
the story.
you certainly, yeah, you hit it out of the park
Thank
here
you.
for
Thank
sure. So one of my main questions I ask all my guests on the All Friends Cabaret is, how would you encourage someone? There was some voice inside of you that said, I want to do this, that, and the other. How would you encourage someone sitting at home if they have that yearning to paint, sing, write poetry, turn their poetries into songs? How would you encourage, how would you have them start that journey for themselves?
I would say a lot of patience and a lot of practice. You know, we all have a passion, so I guess you'd call this the 3 Ps, not to make a marketing joke. But like, yeah, I would say patience and practice, because we don't have control of where we end up, but we do have control to be patient with ourselves. And having a practice routine allows you to set goals that are like realistic. And I think because I kind of done that with myself over the past 10 years, I've been able to get to where I want to be, and also like embrace like all the unexpected things that happen. Because like this year, you know, not only did I get a band that started in Quincy, but we got to travel the U.S. together too, and that was
oh
like
yes,
really cool.
tell me about your tour. Yeah,
So,
that's awesome.
Coincidentally, Justin and I got invited to play a music festival in Denver, Colorado.
Oh, wonderful.
And we were like, oh, this is cool, let's do it together. And like, we were thinking we were just going to do like acoustic sets. And then Justin was like, wait, we're half the band. Can you learn my bass parts? So I learned Justin's bass parts.
Right.
And then next thing you know, all four of us just got into like a tidy SUV. It was very, very independent, and just like traveled the country. And we did this like 16-day tour, and it was pretty great.
Oh, that is awesome. So really, it's kind of shown you that by taking these steps, being creative, has opened up a whole new world for you.
Oh, totally. Yeah. And like it's something that I never expected to happen. I've wanted to happen, but I'm very thankful that it's happening. So yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, you have been a fantastic guest in the All Friends Cabaret. Brian is really what my show is all about. Finding creativity. Feel free to reach out to me here at QATV, or I'm on Instagram and Facebook under All Friends Cabaret, to come on and be a part of the show. If there's something you're working on, or a nonprofit you're raising funds for, or you want to come on and sing a song like Brian here, we'd love to hear your story. And Brian, thank you so much.
Thank you so
Tell
much.
me where you're going to be next, your next
So my
gig.
next show will be at O'Brien's on January 28th. And we'll be playing with a bunch of other local bands from the South Shore and Alston. And you could definitely expect to see me a lot more acoustic and full band throughout the year. So, yeah.
And I think we'll see you at Porch Fest.
Oh yeah,
in
definitely
Quincy.
Porch Fest.
Yes. Well, thank you all so much. Thank you, Brian, for coming on the show tonight. And thank you for joining us here at the All Friends Cabaret, and we'll see you next time.